If you're like most people, you don't know some of the things that happen in your birth year. Sure, some of these things might be ancient history, some might bring back fond memories, and some you might find surprisingly relevant today. Sit back and relax, and let's review 20 forgotten events that made life in America. Be sure to stick around for the last one, because you might remember your family having one of these cars. New shows. The year ushered in a golden era for television with a lineup of shows that would become legendary. Wheel of Fortune spun onto our screens on January 6th, starting with Chuck Woolery and Susan Stafford, and then the iconic partnership of Pat Sajak and Vanna White in the early 80s. Meanwhile, the Jeffersons introduced us to George and Wheezy, a sitcom that tackled social issues with humor and heart. In the fall, Welcome Back, Kotter brought us a gritty, charming high school comedy with John Travolta as the unforgettable Vinnie Barbarino. Late-night TV saw a revolution with the debut of Saturday Night Live, where cutting-edge humor and live performances set the stage for decades of comedy gold. George Carlin hosted, and the musical guests were Janice Ian and Billy Preston. Later in the year, Good Morning America premiered on November 3rd, becoming the perfect wake-up companion for morning news and chatter. We are the champions. On January 12th, the Pittsburgh Steelers claimed victory in Super Bowl IX, cementing their status as a football dynasty. The Golden State Warriors captured their first NBA championship. The Philadelphia Flyers clinched the Stanley Cup, defeating the Buffalo Sabres. Tennis saw Arthur Ashe make history as the first African American to win Wimbledon, and the Cincinnati Reds, known as the Big Red Machine, won the World Series. Let's not forget Boston's Carlton Fisk willing his walk-off home run to send the series to Game 7.
Watch it. How many steps does he take? One. He waits to see it. Get over. Get over.
The first Chili's. On March 13th, Chili's Grill & Bar was founded by Larry Levine. The restaurant was a converted post office in Dallas, Texas. Chili's quickly stood out as a casual dining hotspot, offering a menu of gourmet burgers, margaritas, and a laid-back atmosphere. Its popularity soared, leading to massive expansion over the decades. Today, Chili's boasts over 1,600 restaurants worldwide, becoming synonymous with Tex-Mex cuisine and famous for their sizzling fajitas and baby back ribs. Who doesn't love singing their jingle?
I want my baby back. Chili's, baby back ribs. I want my baby.
Microsoft is born. On April 4th in Albuquerque, New Mexico, two young visionaries, Bill Gates and Paul Allen, founded Microsoft. The first product was a version of the BASIC programming language for the Altair 8800, a pioneering personal computer. This software laid the foundation for Microsoft's dominance in the technology industry. Over time, the company introduced iconic products like MS-DOS, Windows, and Office, transforming how the world works and communicates. Today, Microsoft's market cap is over $3 trillion, cementing its legacy as a global technology powerhouse. Oscars. The glitz and glamour of Hollywood were in full swing. On April 8th, the 47th Academy Awards celebrated cinematic masterpieces, with Chinatown and The Godfather Part 2 leading the pack. Roman Polanski's Chinatown painted a dark and mesmerizing portrait of greed and corruption in 1930s Los Angeles, solidifying its place as a noir masterpiece. Chinatown won an Oscar for Best Original Screenplay. Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather Part 2 expanded the saga of the Corleone family with unmatched depth and ambition, earning its legacy as one of the greatest sequels ever made. The Godfather Part 2 made history as the first sequel to win Best Picture, racking 6 Oscars.
The winner is Francis Ford Coppola for The Godfather Part 2.
Welcome home. On April 30th, the Vietnam War came to an iconic and dramatic conclusion with the fall of Saigon. The harrowing images of Operation Frequent Wind, the largest helicopter evacuation in history, immortalized this moment. Over 2 days, U.S. Marines and Air Force crews worked tirelessly to airlift over 7,000 American personnel and at-risk Vietnamese citizens from the city as North Vietnamese forces closed in. Just days earlier, President Gerald Ford publicly announced the end of U.S. involvement in the war during a speech at Tulane University, signaling the conclusion of a conflict that had divided the nation for years.
Bay, Da Nang City, and the Da Nang Air Base, or what is now the Da Nang Airport.
Hit the slopes. The precursor to the modern snowboard, the Snurfer, was introduced by creator Sherman Poppin and manufactured by Brunswick Corporation, who made the wooden boards for bowling alleys, which Snurfer boards were made from the same laminated wood. Sherman's wife coined Snurfer, combining snow and surfer. Originally designed as a toy for Poppins' daughters, the Snurfer featured a simple wooden board with a rope attached for steering and no shoe binding. It quickly gained popularity and became a winter sensation. Over 1 million Snurfers were sold during its heyday, paving the way for the development of snowboarding as a competitive sport and a global culture phenomenon. Ready to retire? On May 1st, the Vanguard Group was founded by Jack Bogle, a visionary who forever changed the investment world. Bogle introduced the first index mutual fund for individual investors, an idea that was initially met with skepticism but ultimately democratized investing by providing low-cost access to market returns. His philosophy of prioritizing investor interests and minimizing costs laid the foundation for Vanguard's success. Today, the Vanguard Group manages over $9 trillion in assets under management, making it the second-largest investment company and a testament to Bogle's enduring legacy.
And I don't even know anybody who knows anybody that's timed the market successfully. That's a lot of people.
Blockbusters and cult classics. The average movie ticket cost was $2.03, which is $12 today. The year delivered cinematic gems like Jaws, the ultimate summer blockbuster that made us think twice about going into the water. Meanwhile, the Rocky Horror Picture Show became a cult phenomenon, inviting audiences to dance, sing, and embrace the bizarre. One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest swept audiences with its poignant storytelling and stellar performances. Fads and fashions. Introduced in June, the Pet Rock was a low-maintenance companion that sparked endless amusement. It retailed for $3.95, or about $23 today, quickly making its creator, Gary Rossdahl, wealthy. The fad lasted through the end of the year. In November, mood rings became the ultimate accessory, claiming to reflect the wearer's emotions through color. Meanwhile, polyester leisure suits dominated men's fashion in the second half of the 70s.
I don't understand. You're selling rocks? What exactly am I supposed to do with these?
A handshake in space. On July 15th, space exploration took a monumental leap forward with the Apollo Soyuz test project, the first joint mission between the United States and the Soviet Union. This historic collaboration marked the end of the space race and the beginning of a new era of international cooperation in space. The crews conducted joint experiments, exchanged gifts, and shared meals in orbit, fostering goodwill between the two nations during Cold War tensions. This mission was hailed as a success, showcasing the potential of global partnership. The Apollo-Soyuz handshake in space became iconic, symbolizing unity and the pursuit of knowledge beyond borders.
It's up to you guys. Have fun.
Here. Glad to see you.
Built tough. On July 28th, Ford marked the birth of an automotive icon, the Ford F-150. It offered unmatched versatility and power. Its robust build, featuring twin I-beam front suspension and practical features, quickly won over drivers. Designed to bridge the gap between F-100 and F-200 pickups, the F-150 was engineered to meet stricter emission standards, offering engines compatible with unleaded gasoline. Decades later, the Ford F-Series, with numerous generations and models, remains a testament to engineering excellence and continues to dominate as the best-selling pickup truck in America.
Yeah, just a really, really nice interior.
There's your purse.
One singular sensation. Broadway saw the debut of A Chorus Line on July 25th, a musical by Michael Bennett based on a book by James Kirkwood Jr. and Nicholas Dante. It is centered on 17 Broadway dancers auditioning and hoping for spots on a chorus line. Its compelling storytelling and unforgettable songs made it an instant hit, earning numerous awards. A Chorus Line enjoyed 6,137 performances at the Schubert Theater before closing in 1990, a 15-year run with a revival in 2006.
Really combination.
Hoffa. On July 30th, labor union leader Jimmy Hoffa vanished without a trace after being last seen at the Maucus Red Fox restaurant in Bloomfield Township, Michigan. Hoffa, a polarizing figure who had clashed with organized crime and federal authorities, was allegedly meeting with mob associates when he disappeared. Despite decades of investigation, his fate remains a mystery, fueling numerous conspiracy theories. Hoffa's disappearance remains one of the greatest mysteries in American history, captivating the public and inspiring books, films, and endless speculation.
Today I'm at a historic location. This used to be the Maucus Red Fox.
Viking 1. On August 20th, NASA launched the Viking 1 spacecraft, a pioneering mission to explore Mars. Less than a year later, on July 20th, 1976, Viking 1 successfully became the first U.S. spacecraft to land on Mars. It captured breathtaking images and conducted groundbreaking experiments to search for signs of life. Viking 1's legacy is a critical milestone in planetary exploration, paving the way for future missions like the Mars rovers and our quest to understand the Red Planet.
The Viking surface laboratories will remain and may provide landmarks for the first Earthmen who visit Mars.
The Thrilla in Manila. On October 1st, the world witnessed one of history's most brutal and thrilling boxing matches. Dubbed the Thrilla in Manila, Muhammad Ali and Joe Frazier faced off in their third and final bout. A grueling battle of 14 rounds pushed both fighters to their limits. HBO brought this legendary event into living rooms across America, captivating audiences with its unprecedented coverage. The fight was one of HBO's most successful events, with 500,000 pay-per-view buys. Ali's victory and the drama of the battle remain etched in memory, symbolizing a golden era of sports and entertainment.
I think it's going to be over. It's all over.
The trial begins. On October 14th, the chilling trial of Ronald DeFeo Jr. began, gripping the nation. DeFeo was accused of murdering his parents and 4 siblings in their Amityville, New York home the year before. Claiming voices compelled him, the defense introduced an insanity plea, but he was ultimately convicted of 6 counts of second-degree murder. All 6 of the victims were found face down in their beds with no signs of a struggle. In December, George Lutz purchased the house on 112 Ocean Avenue and moved in with his wife and 3 children. The Lutz family left the house after 28 days, claiming that they had been terrorized by paranormal activity. Their experience was the basis of Jay Anson's book, The Amityville Horror: A True Story. The film franchise and numerous books cemented its place in pop culture lore.
Whatever was the motive for this crime, it had something to do with the family. It's not something that's going to return to bother anyone else.
Atari's Pong. In late October, Atari brought the arcade phenomenon Pong into homes across America. First popularized as a coin-operated arcade game in 1972, Pong captivated players with its simple yet addictive table tennis gameplay. The home version, packaged as a sleek console, became the ultimate Christmas gift that year, sold through Sears Telegames for $98.95, almost $600 today. Families unwrapped the console during the holidays and marveled at its ability to bring arcade magic to their living rooms. This innovation began the home gaming revolution, paving the way for consoles like the Atari 2600 and inspiring generations of gamers. Nothing really matters. On October 31st, a genre-defying song, Bohemian Rhapsody, burst onto the scenes with its theatrical flair and unprecedented complexity. Initially captivating audiences in the UK, this masterpiece quickly climbed to #1 on the charts in November, staying there for 9 weeks. The American reception was mixed, yet its uniqueness still earned a spot in the top 10. The song's legacy grew in time, experiencing a massive resurgence in 1992 with Wayne's World and the 2018 Bohemian Rhapsody, which introduced it to new generations. Decades later, it remains celebrated for its groundbreaking structure and timeless appeal.
I see a little silhouette of a man, Scaramouche, will you do the fandango?
Best-selling cars. The Chevy Nova rode into the year with its practical design and reliability. With its luxurious curves and powerful engine, the Chevy Monte Carlo brought a touch of elegance. The Ford Pinto, a compact marvel of affordability, defined practicality for the everyday driver of the mid-70s. The Chevy Chevelle, blending style and speed, remained a favorite for muscle car enthusiasts. With its European-inspired design, the Ford Granada brought sophistication to the road. The Oldsmobile Cutlass topped them all as the best-selling vehicle for the year. There you have it. If you enjoyed this video, watch another one. YouTube thinks you'll enjoy this video next.